The kitchen is probably the most important place in our house. It's where we start our mornings, cook meals for the people we love, and somehow it's always the place where everyone gathers, even during parties. So when we were about to move into our new home, I knew the kitchen had to be just right. Not just pretty, but functional, organized, a space that makes everyday life easier, not more stressful. Hi there! If you are planning a kitchen renovation or designing one from scratch, I'm going to show you how you can design the entire kitchen layout using a smart planning tool before you buy a single cabinet. This is exactly how I tested the layout, chose the style, and made sure everything fits using Coohom. Let me walk you through the full process step by step so you can see how to create a kitchen that's not only beautiful but also works perfectly for your daily routine. Let's jump in. When I started planning my kitchen, I saw just how helpful Coohom can be. It's not just a floor plan tool, it lets you design your whole space, try out different ideas and see exactly how everything will look before you buy anything. But first, let me tell you a bit more about the platform. Coohom is an online 3D interior design platform that helps you create your space visually from start to finish. After signing up at Coohom.com, you land on a dashboard where all your projects are stored. You can start a new design, access existing ones, or manage your renders, photos, or even animation videos. Coohom is cloud-based, so all your projects are saved online and can be accessed from anywhere. Whether you're working from a laptop, tablet, or phone, you always have your designs with you. It's a powerful, flexible platform that makes kitchen planning simple, visual, and actually fun. To start my design, I click New Project from the dashboard to open the Coohom Design workspace. You have the option to choose from existing design templates or floor plan templates, but I decided to start from scratch and click on Start Design. When you open the design tool, you see a workspace that might look busy at first, but everything becomes easy once you get used to it. The top bar has tools like Undo, Redo, Material Brush, Tape Measure, and Rendering. The left side panel is where you draw your walls, add windows and doors, place furniture, and choose materials and colors from the public library. The right side panel is where you adjust settings for each object you select. First, I go to the Room section in the left-hand panel and draw the layout of my kitchen wall by wall. You can also use the Room Drawing feature if your space is a simple shape. Then I add doors and windows from the same section. To check if the structure is correct, I use the Household Detection tool to scan for any layout issues. Then I switch between 2D and 3D views using the toggle in the lower panel, which helps me see the space come to life as I work. Next, I go to the public library and search for base cabinets and cooktops to build my kitchen island. I drag them into place and use the rotate and move tools to position everything precisely. I add 2 sets of drawers on one side and adjust their dimensions using the Properties panel on the right. I also install the induction cooktop and place it on the right side of my kitchen island. Now it's time to fit a countertop. I prefer robust materials that are easy to maintain, so I choose a stone one. I want to build a raised bare top with a stone surface to the kitchen island. To visualize it, I place a shelf, then adjust its size and height. There is a really useful tool called the Material Brush, which you can find in the top toolbar. I click on the surface of the main countertop, pick the material, and then click again on the shelf to apply it. This tool can also be used to test different countertop styles. To build the main part of the kitchen, I start with a base cabinet in the corner, then add one with a sink, and 3 more, one for the dishwasher, one for recycling, and another one for produce storage. To finish off this section, I place a 1.1 meter high baking wall at the end of the cabinet, matching the standard cabinet depth of 60 centimeters. Now it's time to put on the countertop. The great thing is, Coohom automatically applies the same material you've already used, so there is no need to search for it again. Then I move to the left side of the L layout. Here I place tall units from the library, starting with the fridge. Then oven microwave unit. And finally the freezer. This section goes all the way to the ceiling, so I can store rarely used items in the overhead cabinets. Coohom allows you to stack and align objects precisely, which makes this part very easy. To make the space feel warmer and more cohesive, I'd like to install a wooden panel on the wall just to the right of the tall cabinet section. I head to the decor section and search for wooden wall panels. For a seamless look, I copy the same wood finish used on the cabinet doors. It ties everything together beautifully. To finish off the look, I place a few white shelves on the wooden panel. They not only add a stylish contrast, but also give me the perfect spot to store my coffee and tea essentials. Easy to reach and even easier to enjoy. Applying a toe kick moldings here is also a breeze. I just select the parts and click on the toe kick molding tool. And voila! There is still one empty wall in my plan, and I decide to turn it into a full storage powerhouse. To build a floor-to-ceiling storage wall, I use the same tall cabinet units and easily adjust their height using the Properties panel. I go with sleek white flat panel doors for a clean minimal look, then duplicate the unit 4 times to create a seamless row. To finish the structure, I cap it off with a full-height wall panel that runs all the way to the ceiling, giving the entire setup a built-in polished look. What really makes this part easy is how intuitive Coohom is. I can work in both 2D and 3D views at the same time, and the moment I click on the object, whether it's a cabinet, a shelf, or a light fixture, all its settings and customization options pop up instantly. Now it's time for the final touches. I add household appliances, a few indoor plants, and decorative wooden panels to warm up the space. Then I bring in bar stools for the island, along with a dining table, bench, and chairs to complete the setup. I tweak the colors where needed to make sure everything feels balanced and cohesive. It's so satisfying to see the space come together, and even better knowing everything fits perfectly before a single real piece is purchased. With the layout complete, I used Coohom's real-life rendering tool to fine-tune the final look of the kitchen. It was incredibly helpful. I could adjust lighting, materials and colors and instantly see how each change affected the space. No waiting for a full render, which made the creative process much smoother and more flexible. Once I was happy with the overall design, I used the render button in the top toolbar to generate high-quality photo-like images. I also saved a few camera angles using the camera settings panel and created a short walkthrough video using the video tab. For snapshots, I used Photo Studio feature to take professional-looking stills of the design. And here it is, the final result. This is the kitchen I designed in Coohom, and this is how it came to life. It turned out exactly as I imagined, clean, minimal and incredibly functional. Everything has its place, drawers are organized, storage is easy to reach, and cooking here feels smooth and effortless. If you'd like me to do a full kitchen organization tour, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to share more. If you are planning a kitchen, starting a renovation, or just want to play around with layout ideas, give Coohom a try. It's easy to use, surprisingly fun, and helps you make smart decisions before spending a single cent. Check out the link in the description, and don't forget to use the discount code OrgaNatic75 for 75% off. I'll see you in your dream kitchen!